Have you ever felt like you were on the brink of success, like you were so close to achieving your goals? But then something held you back. You didn't get that promotion. Your big project fell apart. A personal relationship suddenly ended. These setbacks can be frustrating and confusing. What went wrong? Sometimes the answer is closer than you think. A silent saboteur could be lurking in your life. Silent saboteurs are often narcissists. They don't announce their intentions. They don't make grand, destructive gestures. Instead, they chip away at your confidence and success over time. They use subtle tactics that are hard to pinpoint. You might feel uneasy or frustrated, but you can't quite put your finger on why. This is the insidious nature of narcissistic behavior. It thrives in the shadows, leaving you doubting yourself and your abilities. Recognizing the concept of the silent saboteur is crucial. It helps us understand how narcissistic behavior operates. It's not always about overt acts of sabotage. It's often about the small, subtle actions that undermine your efforts. These actions might seem insignificant at first, but over time, they can have a devastating impact on your well-being and success. By understanding the concept of the silent saboteur, we can start to see these patterns. We can learn to identify the signs of narcissistic behavior. This awareness is the first step in protecting ourselves from their harmful influence. It empowers us to take back control and create healthier, more fulfilling lives. Narcissists are often charming and charismatic. They can be incredibly persuasive. They draw people in with their confidence and energy. But beneath this alluring surface lies a dangerous truth. Narcissists lack empathy. They have a grandiose sense of self-importance. They crave admiration and validation. These traits make it difficult for them to genuinely connect with others or celebrate their successes. Manipulation is a key tool in the narcissist's arsenal. They are masters of twisting words and situations to their advantage. They might use gaslighting to make you question your own sanity. They might play the victim to gain your sympathy. Or they might shower you with praise one minute and criticize you the next, leaving you feeling off balance and insecure. These tactics are designed to keep you under their control. Narcissists thrive on power and dominance. They need to feel superior to those around them. By undermining your confidence and success, they reinforce their own sense of self-worth. This creates a toxic dynamic where you are constantly striving for their approval, while they continually move the goalposts. Recognizing these manipulative tactics is essential for breaking free from their grip. Once you understand how narcissists operate, you can start to see through their charades. You can learn to anticipate their moves and develop strategies for protecting yourself. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to dealing with narcissistic individuals. Narcissistic behavior can have a devastating impact on your life. In personal relationships, it can lead to feelings of isolation, anxiety, and low self-esteem. You might find yourself constantly questioning your own worth or feeling emotionally drained. Narcissists are often incapable of providing the support and validation that healthy relationships require. In professional settings, narcissistic behavior can derail your career. A narcissistic boss might take credit for your ideas, sabotage your projects, or create a hostile work environment. This can leave you feeling undervalued, demoralized, and unsure of your own abilities. The constant stress and negativity can also take a toll on your mental and physical health. The impact of narcissistic behavior can be subtle at first. You might not even realize what's happening until you're feeling trapped and defeated. It's important to remember that you are not to blame for their behavior. Narcissists are skilled manipulators who thrive on controlling and exploiting others. Recognizing the signs of narcissistic behavior is the first step in protecting yourself. By understanding the tactics they use and the impact they can have, you can start to reclaim your power. Remember, you deserve to be in relationships and environments that support your growth and well-being. Narcissists are masters of manipulation. They possess an uncanny ability to twist situations to their advantage, leaving you feeling confused and doubting your own perceptions. One of their most potent weapons is gaslighting, a form of psychological manipulation where they deny, contradict, or twist reality to make you question your sanity. They might deny saying things you know they said, or insist that events happened differently than you remember. This insidious tactic can leave you feeling disoriented and unsure of yourself. You start to question your own memory, judgment, and even your sanity. The narcissist, in their skillful manipulation, may even express concern for your unstable state, further cementing their control over your perception of reality. This constant undermining of your reality can have a devastating impact on your self-esteem and mental well-being. Beyond gaslighting, narcissists often employ guilt tripping as a means of control. They are experts at playing the victim, twisting situations to make you feel responsible for their unhappiness or misfortunes. They might accuse you of being selfish or uncaring, making you feel obligated to cater to their needs at the expense of your own. This constant guilt tripping can leave you feeling emotionally drained and responsible for their well-being. You might find yourself bending over backwards to please them, neglecting your own needs and desires in the process. This imbalance of power creates a breeding ground for further manipulation and control, keeping you trapped in their web of deceit. Section 2. Spotting the subtle signs. Recognizing the subtle ways in which narcissistic traits manifest in everyday interactions is crucial for protecting yourself. One of the most telling signs is their lack of empathy. While they may feign concern or understanding, narcissists have a limited capacity to genuinely comprehend or share the feelings of others. They are primarily focused on their own needs and desires, often appearing indifferent or dismissive of the emotions and experiences of those around them. This lack of empathy can manifest in various ways. They might interrupt you constantly, steer conversations back to themselves, or show little interest in your thoughts and feelings. You might notice a pattern of them dismissing your accomplishments or downplaying your problems, making you feel insignificant and unheard. Another red flag is their constant need for admiration and validation. Narcissists have an insatiable appetite for praise and recognition, often fishing for compliments and seeking constant reassurance of their worth. They might exaggerate their achievements, belittle the accomplishments of others, or constantly seek attention and affirmation from those around them. This need for validation stems from a deep-seated insecurity and a fragile sense of self-worth. They rely on external validation to prop up their ego and maintain a sense of superiority. Recognizing this pattern can help you understand the motivation behind their behavior and avoid getting caught up in their need for constant admiration. Section 3. The domino effect. The impact of narcissistic behavior extends far beyond the individual, creating a ripple effect that can poison relationships, families, and even entire workplaces. In personal relationships, the narcissist's need for control and lack of empathy can create an environment of fear, anxiety, and emotional exhaustion. Partners of narcissists often find themselves walking on eggshells, constantly trying to anticipate and cater to their ever-changing moods and demands. This constant emotional labor can take a toll on their own well-being, leaving them feeling drained, resentful, and emotionally depleted. The narcissist's manipulative tactics can also isolate their partners from friends and family, further tightening their grip on control and creating a sense of dependence. In the workplace, a narcissistic boss or colleague can create a toxic environment characterized by fear, intimidation, and cutthroat competition. They might take credit for others' ideas, sabotage colleagues' projects, or pit employees against each other to maintain their position of power. This toxic work environment can lead to decreased morale, productivity, and creativity, as employees become more focused on self-preservation than collaboration and innovation. The constant stress and negativity can also contribute to burnout, health problems, and high turnover rates, as individuals seek to escape the damaging effects of narcissistic abuse. Section 1. The art of gaslighting. Gaslighting is a particularly insidious form of manipulation employed by narcissists to maintain control and dominance in relationships. It involves a deliberate attempt to distort your perception of reality, making you question your own sanity and judgment. Like a skilled illusionist, the narcissist subtly twists events, denies your experiences, and plants seeds of doubt in your mind, leaving you feeling confused and disoriented. Imagine this. You confront a narcissistic partner about a hurtful comment they made. Instead of taking responsibility, they deny ever saying it, accuse you of misinterpreting their words, or even suggest that you imagined the entire interaction. Over time, these repeated denials and distortions can chip away at your confidence in your own memory and perception, making you more reliant on the narcissist's version of events. This manipulation tactic often begins subtly. You might dismiss their initial attempts to rewrite history as simple misunderstandings or miscommunications. However, as the gaslighting continues, you may find yourself questioning your own sanity, wondering if you're being overly sensitive or losing your grip on reality. This self-doubt creates a fertile ground for the narcissist to exert further control as you become increasingly dependent on their validation and reassurance. The insidious nature of gaslighting lies in its ability to erode your sense of self-trust. As the narcissist consistently undermines your perception, you may start questioning your own judgment, instincts, and even your sanity. This self-doubt can permeate various aspects of your life, making it difficult to assert yourself, make decisions, or trust your own instincts in other relationships and situations. Section 2. Projecting insecurities. Behind the narcissist's mask of confidence and self-importance lies a deep well of insecurity. Unable to confront their own flaws and vulnerabilities, they resort to projecting these negative qualities onto others, particularly those closest to them. This defense mechanism allows them to maintain their inflated sense of self while simultaneously undermining the confidence and self-worth of those around them. Projection can manifest in various ways. A narcissistic friend might accuse you of being jealous or competitive when you achieve a personal or professional milestone. A narcissistic partner might constantly criticize your appearance or intelligence, reflecting their own deep-seated insecurities about their attractiveness or intellect. In the workplace, a narcissistic colleague might sabotage your efforts or take credit for your ideas, driven by their own fear of being overshadowed or outperformed. This projection of insecurities serves a dual purpose for the narcissist. Firstly, it allows them to externalize their own negative qualities, thereby avoiding the discomfort of confronting their own flaws and taking responsibility for their actions. Secondly, by projecting their insecurities onto others, they create a dynamic where they appear superior and in control, while their target feels belittled and inadequate. Recognizing projection as a defense mechanism is crucial for protecting yourself from its damaging effects. When you understand that the narcissist's criticisms and accusations often stem from their own insecurities, you can begin to detach from their words and avoid internalizing their projections. Instead of absorbing their negativity, you can choose to focus on your own strengths and accomplishments, refusing to let their insecurities diminish your sense of self-worth. Section 3. The subtle dagger of passive aggression. Passive aggression is another subtle yet potent tool in the narcissist's arsenal of manipulation. Unlike overt aggression, which is direct and confrontational, passive aggression operates beneath the surface, disguised as innocuous comments, subtle sabotage, or a general air of reluctance and resentment. This covert form of aggression allows the narcissist to express their anger, frustration, or need for control without directly confronting the situation or taking responsibility for their actions. Imagine this. You ask a narcissistic coworker for help on a project. They agree, but then consistently forget deadlines, provide incomplete information, or offer backhanded compliments that undermine your efforts. Or perhaps you're in a relationship with a narcissist who responds to your requests with a sullen silence, a forced smile, or a non-committal whatever you want. These subtle acts of resistance create an atmosphere of tension and resentment, leaving you feeling frustrated, confused, and unsure of where you stand. Passive aggression can be particularly damaging because it's often difficult to pinpoint and address directly. The narcissist can easily deny any malicious intent, claiming that you're misinterpreting their actions or being overly sensitive. This leaves you feeling like you're walking on eggshells, constantly trying to decipher their true intentions and avoid triggering their passive-aggressive behavior. Over time, the cumulative effect of passive aggression can be emotionally draining and erode the foundation of trust in a relationship. It creates an environment of ambiguity and uncertainty where you're constantly second-guessing yourself and questioning the narcissist's true feelings and intentions. Recognizing the signs of passive aggression is crucial for setting boundaries and protecting yourself from its insidious effects. Section 4. Recognizing the pattern. Understanding the common threads that run through these various manipulation tactics is key to protecting yourself from further harm. Narcissists, regardless of their individual quirks and methods, share a fundamental need for control, admiration, and a lack of empathy. Their manipulative behavior stems from a deep-seated insecurity and a fragile sense of self-worth that compels them to seek validation and control over others. By recognizing the underlying patterns of narcissistic behavior, you can begin to anticipate their actions and develop strategies for protecting yourself. Look for the recurring themes of gaslighting, projection, and passive aggression in their interactions. Pay attention to how they make you feel, confused, belittled, insecure, or constantly on edge. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you understand about narcissistic behavior, the better equipped you'll be to identify and address it. This awareness allows you to take back your power, set boundaries, and make choices that prioritize your well-being and protect you from further manipulation. Living or working with a narcissist can feel like carrying a heavy weight on your shoulders, a constant burden that drains your energy and chips away at your self-esteem. A constant burden that drains your energy and chips away at your self-esteem. The insidious nature of their behavior, often disguised as love or concern, can leave you feeling trapped and suffocated, unsure of your own perceptions and questioning your own sanity. Over time, this constant exposure to their manipulation and emotional abuse can have a profound impact on your mental, emotional, and even physical well-being. One of the most damaging consequences of narcissistic abuse is the erosion of self-worth. Narcissists are experts at undermining your confidence, belittling your accomplishments, and making you doubt your own judgment. Their constant criticisms, subtle put-downs, and gaslighting tactics can gradually chip away at your self-esteem, leaving you feeling inadequate, insecure, and unworthy of love or respect. This erosion of self-worth can manifest in various aspects of your life. You might find yourself hesitating to pursue your goals or dreams, fearing failure or criticism. You might shy away from social situations, doubting your ability to connect with others or fearing rejection. The narcissist's constant negativity and manipulation can create a self-fulfilling prophecy, leading you to internalize their distorted view of you and limit your own potential. The impact of narcissistic abuse can also extend to your physical health. The constant stress and anxiety of living or working with a narcissist can manifest in physical symptoms such as headaches, insomnia, digestive issues, and a weakened immune system. The emotional toll can also lead to unhealthy coping mechanisms such as overeating, substance abuse, or social withdrawal, further perpetuating a cycle of negativity and self-destruction. Breaking free from the clutches of a narcissist requires courage, self-awareness, and a firm commitment to prioritizing your own well-being. It's essential to remember that you are not responsible for their behavior, nor are you obligated to tolerate their abuse. The first step towards liberation is acknowledging the reality of the situation and recognizing the detrimental impact their behavior has on your life. Setting boundaries is paramount in protecting yourself from further manipulation and emotional abuse. This means clearly defining what behavior is acceptable and unacceptable, and communicating these boundaries assertively to the narcissist. This can be challenging, as narcissists are often resistant to boundaries and may react with anger, manipulation, or guilt-tripping tactics. However, standing firm in your boundaries is crucial for reclaiming your power and regaining control over your own life. Remember, you have the right to protect yourself from emotional harm, and setting boundaries is not selfish, it's an act of self-care. It's about prioritizing your own well-being and refusing to allow the narcissist to dictate your emotions or control your life. Another crucial step is detaching emotionally from the narcissist. This doesn't necessarily mean cutting off all contact, although that may be necessary in some cases. Emotional detachment involves recognizing that you cannot change or fix the narcissist, and that their behavior is a reflection of their own issues, not yours. It means releasing yourself from the responsibility of managing their emotions or trying to win their approval. Navigating the aftermath of narcissistic abuse can be a lonely and isolating experience, but it's crucial to remember that you don't have to go through it alone. Building a strong support system is essential for healing, rebuilding your self-esteem, and moving forward with confidence. Surrounding yourself with trusted friends, family members, or a therapist can provide a safe space to process your emotions, gain perspective, and receive the validation and support you need to heal. Talking to someone you trust about your experiences can be incredibly therapeutic. Sharing your story with someone who listens without judgment, offers empathy, and validates your feelings can help you make sense of the chaos, release pent-up emotions, and begin to heal from the trauma of narcissistic abuse. Consider seeking professional help from a therapist or counselor who specializes in narcissistic abuse. A qualified therapist can provide you with the tools and strategies to understand narcissistic behavior, set healthy boundaries, rebuild your self-esteem, and develop coping mechanisms for managing the emotional fallout of the relationship. In addition to personal support, consider exploring support groups or online forums dedicated to survivors of narcissistic abuse. Connecting with others who have had similar experiences can provide a sense of community and understanding, reduce feelings of isolation, and offer valuable insights and coping strategies for navigating the healing process. Remember, you are not alone in this journey, and seeking support from others who understand can make a world of difference in your recovery. We've journeyed through the shadowy landscape of narcissistic sabotage, uncovering the subtle tactics used to undermine success and erode well-being. We've explored the manipulative techniques, the impact on personal and professional growth, and the importance of recognizing the signs to protect ourselves. Now, as we reach the end of this exploration, it's time to shift our focus from surviving to thriving. It's time to reclaim your power. Remember, narcissistic behavior thrives in the shadows of secrecy and self-doubt. By shining a light on these manipulative tactics, we disarm their power and reclaim our agency. Recognizing the patterns, understanding the motivations, and learning to identify the subtle signs are the first steps towards breaking free from the cycle of manipulation and regaining control over your life. Setting boundaries is not about controlling the narcissist. It's about protecting yourself. It's about defining what you will and will not tolerate in your life. It's about reclaiming your right to emotional safety, respect, and self-preservation. And remember, seeking support is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your strength and commitment to your own well-being. As you begin to establish boundaries and reclaim your power, you may encounter resistance from the narcissist. They may try to guilt-trip you, manipulate you, or undermine your efforts. But stay strong. Remember why you're doing this, for your own peace of mind, your emotional health, and your personal growth. Breaking free from the grip of narcissistic sabotage is a journey, not a destination. It's a process of healing, self-discovery, and reclaiming your authentic self. There will be challenges along the way, moments of doubt, and perhaps even setbacks. But with each step you take towards prioritizing your well-being, you'll emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient. As you move forward, remember to be kind to yourself. Healing from narcissistic abuse takes time. Allow yourself to grieve the loss of the relationship you thought you had, to process the pain of betrayal, and to navigate the complex emotions that arise. Don't judge yourself for your past experiences or blame yourself for the narcissist's behavior. Remember, you are worthy of love, respect, and healthy relationships. You are capable of achieving your goals and living a fulfilling life, free from the constraints of narcissistic sabotage. Trust your instincts, listen to your inner voice, and surround yourself with people who support your growth and well-being. And finally, remember that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. If you're struggling to cope with the aftermath of narcissistic abuse, reach out to a therapist, counselor, or support group. You don't have to go through this alone.